What's going on? What's going on, YouTube and Facebook family? You got Lil to the Game Boxing and Sports 2
Let's
with
go.
my co-host Draco Bay straight out of Pelican Bay.
Hello.
Facebook Pelican Bay,
Yes,
you know.
sir. Yes,
Uh
sir.
but uh you know, we're gonna have a good show for you guys. Let's see if we
Absolutely.
can get some people in here. Number one. Let's take a quick look and send out some requests real quick. What's good with you guys? If you guys are in here, you guys that are coming in here, welcome. We gonna have a good show today. Topic is going to be Keith Thurman. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Keith Thurman just sent a message to Bob Arum. Quick fire message at that. Fire message,
Man,
man.
I just saw that, bro. When you
We're gonna have
linked
to
it.
touch. Yeah, we're gonna have to touch it.
Oh,
We're gonna have to touch on that, man. Keith
oh,
Thurman. What up, man? What up, John Hunt? Guys, if you are on Facebook, please do me a favor. Subscribe to Loyal to the Game Boxing on YouTube. Need to get the subs up, need to get the activity up. Make sure you smash the like button. And as well, if you guys are like my brother right here, what's going on, Ray Walker as well. John Hunt and Ray Walker. If you guys are looking tuning in on Facebook, please make sure you go to the StreamYard link that is in the post and connect to StreamYard so I can post your comments because see how it says Facebook user right here? I like to get y'all pictures and y'all names. So you just have to attach your profile to StreamYard, which the link is inside of the post. Takes like 1 second because I think the whole Facebook user stuff is kind of corny. I want to get everybody their notoriety for their comments. Please comment as much as possible. That way we can have a very interactive chat, an interactive discussion. And as I said before, please go ahead and make sure you guys subscribe to Loyal to the Game Boxing on YouTube. And I definitely appreciate that, man. So we going and as well. Please share. You know, we starting from scratch. I don't know what the deal is, man, with Facebook, but I got up last week Tuesday and got a message that the group was down.
right.
I'm not sure, why the group got taken down. No one told me why or any reason behind it. We didn't have any. We didn't have like a whole bunch of like violations. Uh, all I could do is go off of an assumption. So I'll just say after Charlie Z got put in the group, all of a sudden it got taken down. That's all I can say. That's
Charlie
all I can
Charlie
say.
Z isn't he like 300 or something like that?
Yeah, he like 330. He like 336 and according to him, man. So even though we got footage of him quitting and screaming and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
got all
yeah.
kinds of footage of him getting beaten up, man. But hey, man,
Wow.
that guy believes in his dream, man. I guess
Hey,
I guess every time he get in the ring, it's a win for him. So you feel me?
hey, all you gotta do is say, "I want to fight you." That's a win.
Yeah, no doubt. What's going on? Shout out to my homie right there, Jalik the leader, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man.
Salute.
Um, the topic, like I said, guys, the topic today is going to be Keith Thurman and his video that he put out pertaining to Bob Arum. He also put out, Fight Hype breaks up their videos like most people do. And the video pertaining to also Errol Spence, we're gonna touch on that as well. So hey, look, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was on my shit list for a minute.
Wow.
Keith Thurman was on my shit list for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Keith Thurman, very exciting fighter. I really like Keith Thurman. From the time he got on HBO and called out Floyd Mayweather,
Yeah.
he was one time he was getting his knockouts. I mean, and one thing that a lot of people don't give Keith Thurman enough credit for is the fact that he knows how to sell a fight.
Right.
He's a
Right.
guy who can really he's a guy who
Right.
really can promote a fight. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, definitely. He's a guy who could promote a fight. He did the most promoting with the Manny Pacquiao fight. I mean, Manny, you're gonna have subs. You got people are Manny Pacquiao, like I call him Filipino Jesus. You know, like he
Yeah,
got he got disciples, man. I mean, they'll fast for Manny
man.
Pacquiao. They believe Manny could walk on water and feed 50 million with two fish and five loaves of bread. So you
Right,
know,
right, right,
salute to
right.
you, Cassandra Mason. So you know, hey, you know, it's always going to be a lot of uh, people who are going to buy Manny Pacquiao fights, but Manny Pacquiao is not really a talker. You know, Manny Pacquiao is a pretty humble, quiet
Yeah.
guy. And I won't say this because I'm not around
Mm.
Manny Pacquiao, so I don't know. But most of the guys who are really like that are really beasts behind closed doors with the stuff they say. They normally don't say stuff to the public,
Yeah.
but they say some cold shit behind closed doors.
Right.
And Manny Pacquiao is also a
Hey,
senator.
man.
Yeah.
He-
John Hunt says Manny
yeah.
Pacquiao can walk on water. Yeah, in the Philippines he can. He walked on it to heal
I just to
phantom
fight
shoulder.
Floyd.
That yeah. Yeah, through the shoulder, through after the fight,
I
you
like
know,
to. I like
yeah,
to fight Floyd
yeah,
Mayweather. Fuck
yeah. So,
Floyd Mayweather.
yeah, Manny Pacquiao, he don't really need a whole
Do, do,
lot
do,
of
do, do.
introduction. Yeah, he don't need a whole lot of introduction.
Yeah.
So, uh, so
Yeah.
with Keith Thurman got a lot of people to tune in. I think they did like 600,000 pay per view buys. I mean, that's huge. I
I,
mean,
man, he went off, man. He
yeah,
went
they
off. But Thurman is a showman, though, man. He's next to Adrian Broner, man.
no doubt. Salute to Tom Ross TV. If you guys
Man.
haven't subscribed, make sure you guys subscribe to Tom Ross TV. It's a good brother right there, man. Salute to you. Yeah, but with Keith Thurman, one thing Keith Thurman is really good at is he could talk. He could talk, and I think that shit really get
Yeah.
under Errol Spence.
Yeah.
Like it really get under his
Oh,
skin because Errol is like short on words. Keith Thurman talk a lot, but then when
yeah.
the things that he that the things that uh Keith Thurman says in the past, he hasn't followed through with Spence, so he kind of pissed off. And Spence says he's not going to fight him. And I'm going to touch on
Yeah.
that a little bit because even though I'm pro Spence, I don't support that. I don't support him not fighting Keith Thurman because I feel like he's robbing the boxing public out of a great fight. You know, and
I think different. You know, I think different.
Okay, I mean, and that's cool. Go ahead and shoot your shot on that. What you think? Real quick, Cal L, do me a
Go ahead.
favor. I want to post your comment, but as I said before, see when I post it's just gonna say Facebook user. So if you're on Facebook, just go to the StreamYard link in the post, click on that, and just register your profile really quick, and then we'll be able to post your picture and your name. Just it'll take less than a second to go ahead and do that. Oh, go ahead, Draco.
Yeah, I think Spencer's doing the right thing. I mean, I agree with him by making Thurman just sweat, man, because Thurman gave him the runaround, man. You gotta fight this, son. You gotta fight that, son. And you better not duck me. Like all of that. Come on now, Thurman. Just fight the dude. So I think now Spencer's just giving him a taste of his own medicine, man. Like far as, not fighting him. Let him sweat.
I mean, look, I was a
Get a
proponent of
title. Like he told
yeah,
Spence. Win the
right,
title.
but I was a proponent. I was a proponent of that. Like not I was a proponent of
Yeah.
like I said, I really like Keith Thurman as a fighter. And when his energy switched up against Spence, I kind of fell back off him because I thought that was corny. However, if we keep it
Yeah.
100, right, Keith Thurman, you know, right after the Kell Brook fight, went and had that surgery and had a 22-month layoff. So it wasn't like there was really a period in time where a fight was really going to be made with those guys. Fernando, let me see who was that. Fernando, do me a quick favor, please. Fernando, go to the link, the StreamYard link that's in the post. Because see, if I post when I post this, it just says Facebook user. So if you go into the post, it's a StreamYard link. Just click on that real quick. Go ahead and register your profile. It's going to take less than a second. That way, I can post your avatar, your picture, and your comments across the screen. And we're going to get to just about all the posts, all of the comments that are in here. We will try to answer them all. And I will be sending a link out, once we get through the first half of the show for anyone who wants to join the panel. All right, go ahead, Draco. I just wanted to go ahead and get my man Fernando some access in here so we could showcase some of
Oh,
his comments. So go ahead, Draco.
yeah.
Go
It's
ahead and
expertise.
expound on that.
Oh no. I was done, man. I just think that Spence. I agree. Thurman said he needed a title. Now
Hmm.
Thurman, now the shoe on the other foot. You go get a title, and then we'll meet you in the middle. I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
I,
that's
I
just what
mean,
it is.
I'm kind of cool with the whole title stuff, but I think Keith Thurman's kind
Right.
of past that point where like he need a title because Keith. I mean, the quiet as cat. Keith Thurman beat two of the same two guys that Errol Spence has beaten. Keith Thurman has beaten those guys 2 years ago. So, like if I'm gonna give Crawford, a lot of guff for, beating Kell Brook, 3 years and a half years after
Yeah.
Spence did, then I gotta keep it 100 and be like, Keith Thurman beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia like 3 years ago as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
the my phone, my emails. Just call me play. All right, that's cool, Cal. So I had to keep the same energy for both. I feel like also Keith Thurman have a better resume than Errol Spence. I mean, he's beaten the same last two opponents that he's beaten. uh, Gotcha. Perfect. He's beaten the same last two opponents that Spence is beaten, but he's also gotten in the ring with Manny Pacquiao as well. So I think we passed the point where it's like, you need to get a belt because when
Right.
you speak 100, when you speak the welterweight division, there are only a couple of names that you can speak, with validity. And if we're gonna say Sean Porter and Danny Garcia is a top five welterweight, then we can't dismiss Keith Thurman because he beat both of them, back to back, the same way Errol Spence did it. So,
True. True.
for me, I feel like, listen, man, that's a great fight. That's a there's no one that can say that this is not a fight we would like to see. Thurman versus Spence versus Thurman. That's a pay per view sellout.
Oh yeah.
That's a pay
Yeah.
per view. That's a pay per
Yeah.
view sellout.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
salute to you, Jerry. Salute to you,
Yeah.
Jerry Thomas. Appreciate you. Appreciate you checking in. Salute to you as well, PGH Big Dog. We appreciate you guys, man. Make sure you guys keep the chat
Absolutely.
active. We're gonna go ahead and answer y'all questions. Post y'all opinions. Like I said, just keep it respectful, and we'll make this as inclusive as possible for everyone who's joining in. So, look who we got in the house. Look who we got in the house. You see who we got in the house, Drico? Who that? Who that there?
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, Drew Mac?
Andrew
What's
Mack.
up, cousin? What's up, cousin? What's up,
Salute.
cousin? How you doing, Drew Mac? All right. So as
402
I
in the
was,
building, son.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I got to get on my 402 shit, right? So Drew Mac, tell
Yeah.
your pops, right? Tell your pops, tell your mans and them, bud. Your brother from another. Y'all need to get on the Keith Thurman page because Keith Thurman just went at Bob. Keith Thurman just went at Bob. You know what I'm saying? He told
Yeah.
him he's the worst promoter in the history of boxing because he's losing everybody, and he got ESPN backing him, and he don't want to come off the dough. And I gotta agree with that, because when this all first started, he was talking about how we're not the same old smucks from
100.
before, and we got a big war chest of money, and we could do this, and now we could do that. And now when it's time for a simple mandatory fight with Sean Porter, he want to be throwing this guy $1 million, you know. And I get tired of the public constantly
Right. Right.
defending him by putting it on the fighter by saying, "Oh well, look what Porter made his last fight." No. Porter made a $1.3 million versus Formilla, and we all know. I don't. Let's not say we all know, but the rumor is, and I don't see why the fighters themselves are gonna lie about this is if they're saying they're getting more money and that's what's being reported, I don't see why the fighter's gonna lie. So if you get 1.3 against a Formilla and you're gonna go in there with a Terrence Crawford, be respectful. It's like Stephen A. Smith said on ESPN, the disrespect, to offer this guy $1 million. Because when you
Steve
do
crazy.
that, yeah, like
Yeah.
because see what
Yeah.
happens is when you do that, not only are you devaluing his opponent, but you're also devaluing Bud at the same time. Because if he's supposed to be a top fighter or a big money fighter, right? Then there's supposed to be big money involved in the fight. And listen, we get it, COVID, and but we've seen Gates. I mean, you got to keep up because if Al Heyman has a way to get live Gates with Tank, which was before Crawford and Brooke and Spence, Danny, when they moved that as well, at the same time, then you
Right.
have a chance. Like
Right.
you have to do better. I feel like this, like Bob, you go like you almost 90 years old. At some point, it got like you can't take the money with you. You can't take it like at some point it got to be past just yourself. It got to be for the fighters as well. I'm getting some comments in here. Um, my man Andre, let me
Yeah.
see. Andre Hayes says beating Thurman in convincing fashion or stopping him makes a bigger statement than not fighting him. For something he said in the past, boxing is a gladiator sport. As long as you're getting the money, you want to leave in the most. Yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. And I think the back and forth between Spence and Crawford has just it's leaked into other shit where it's started to just become a little bit too emotional now. Where I'm not gonna fight this guy because of this, or I'm not. Y'all in boxing, and I gotta keep it 100. I pulled up
Right.
a video
Yeah.
of Errol Spence, an old video that I had just watched of Errol Spence when Terrence Crawford had just came into the welterweight division. Someone was asking him how did he feel about Terrence Crawford coming up into the welterweight division, and he, I think Keith Thurman had said something in regards to, he needs to get a belt, this, that, and a third, or whatever. And Errol Spence said
Mm-hmm.
basically the exact opposite of that. And me being a Spence guy, I mean, I still just gotta call a spade because that's how can I get people to respect my opinions or what I'm talking about if I can't even keep it real with myself or with the fighter that I support. So let's just let's take a look at a couple more of these comments right here. Let me see who is this. Someone says salute to y'all in the chat. I'm gonna have to look to see who that is. Hold on 1 second on my phone. Uh, let's take a look to see who that is because that's Khalil. Khalil, make sure you go into the StreamYard link. See this right here. There's a in the StreamYard, excuse me, in the Facebook post, it's a StreamYard link. Hit the StreamYard link, register your account. That way we can get your picture and your avatar like John has it here. That way we're not just seeing Facebook music. That's kind of corny. And I want to get everyone involved. Yeah, Jalik, I'm pocket watching. I'm pocket watching. That's what I do. I watch pockets. That's what I do. All right. um, and this guy says, how much should Porter get paid? Oh, that's Travion. Travion as well. Go ahead and click on the link in the post. Click on the link in the post, the StreamYard link. That way you can register, and that way I could post your pic or your avatar. That way everyone can know who's commenting. It doesn't just say Facebook user. It takes literally like a second. Just go ahead and do that for us real quick. Look, I think I can't say all that I think Porter should get paid. But what I can say is I believe it should be more than $1 million. Because I don't know if you like. I think you lagging and freezing, Draco. You might need to put some tin foil on your router or something, man, because you frozen over there. You know what I'm saying? But uh, I don't know what he should get paid. But what I will say is this: I mean, at a minimum, like $3 million. I mean, like at a minimum, three, four, something like that. I mean, let's. I mean, listen. As much as I give Bud Guff, because shout out to you, John Applegate. As much as I give Bud Guff um against Spence, Bud's a dangerous fucking fighter. He's dangerous, bro. I mean, he, and he's and there has to be some point in the game where you want to support your fighter and put him in a position to where he's a bigger fighter, not just from the aspect of fighting, but his star power, and that comes along with the the purses and the money that even the opponents get. And when we're not talking about journeymen, we're talking about ranked welterweights. If you want, it takes money to make money. You know, if you want Terrence Crawford to be seen as the biggest star or the biggest fighter in the division, then you're gonna have to present him to the public and to the boxing media and to the boxing fans as such. You know, and every time a fight comes up, there can't be an argument about money, without a doubt. Uh, Fernando says Fernando says, so we agree Spence should fight Thurman if he's not fighting Pac. I agree with that. I can't. I mean, literally, who else is he gonna? Can he fight if Pac's not fighting? We know it ain't gonna be Crawford. So I mean, it's probably at this point what's going on. It probably is going to be Ugas. Manny, Manny looks like. I think the WBA just announced that they are going to strip Manny if he fight Conor McGregor. So
We're not talking about journeyman.
I
At this
think
point,
yeah,
what's
you
going
got
on?
me.
It probably
Yeah,
is going to be
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Put it down. Yeah,
I
so
got
we
you. Okay.
gotcha. So with Ugas, with a Ugas fight, what may happen is the same thing that happened to Keith Thurman. Is they may just make him the super champ since he's the regular champ, like when Floyd vacated, or they may make it where Keith Thurman fights Ugas. So I mean, we don't know. But what I can say is that that's Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence is a pay per view fight. It's a
I
pay per view
agree.
fight, and that's a
Yeah,
pay
I
per view
agree.
fight that's going to sell, and that's a
Yeah.
pay per view, and it's going to sell because Keith Thurman's going to talk too in the
Oh my
building.
goodness.
He's going to talk.
Oh
He's
my
going to call
goodness.
him the boy, this, that, and the other.
He's gonna
Errol's,
be corny, Keith
yeah,
Thurman.
he gonna be Keith.
Yeah.
So listen, man. I can't rock with Spence saying like he shouldn't fight Keith Thurman. I know that he a corny dude and you don't like him, but shit, I mean, millions of dollars is on the table.
Yeah.
You go
Why
handle
not?
it. And
Right.
if this is the guy you've been calling out, and we know boxing is a thing about timing,
Right.
this is the
Right.
time. This might be the time
Right.
to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, now the question is Spence is a very confident person, but is Spence saying maybe he need another fight? You know, not another warm
They
up
say
fight.
they say Keith can crack, man.
You know,
They say Keith can crack, bro. So I don't know. I don't know. And he said before, you never heard of Keith quitting on the stool. You never heard of Keith quitting.
right,
So he
right.
got a lion heart too.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So hey,
Who this right here? We going I don't because I just keep seeing Facebook user. So let's see who this is right here. I got to go through here real quick. Uh,
Fernando, what's up?
I don't know who that is, but uh, someone says Bob's not letting anyone but top ranked boxer a chance at Buzz belt. I don't know. I don't know. I think
Who else is it?
I think you're half right and half wrong. I think you're
Yeah.
right about that in regards to it being someone other than Spencer Manny Pacquiao.
Right.
I think
Right.
you're right. I think for Spencer Manny Pacquiao, yeah. But I think these other guys who have a legitimate chance of a win, and I take I take Crawford over Porter, and I may slightly take Crawford over Thurman. But I think that's a closer fight than him and Porter. So I don't, eh,
I got Thurman over Porter.
well, meaning like you have Thurman over Crawford because I'm saying when I say
Oh.
I take
Oh.
Thurman slightly over Porter. I'm just saying in both of them versus Crawford.
I think Thurman is 50-50. Thurman Crawford.
Yeah, I think Thurman and Crawford. I think Thurman Crawford is a 53-47. I had to go with Crawford because of Crawford's been active and he ain't deal with all the injuries
Oh, I
and
got Crawford winning. I got
all of that
Crawford winning.
stuff.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Travion, can you just go hit the StreamYard link in the description so you can stop coming up like you on a milk carton, bro? Just hit the link. It's going to take 1 second so I can post your stuff here, man. Drew Mac did it. You see Drew Mac up there? Drew Mac says we want all the champions, especially Easy Route Earl. hey, look, I can't co-sign that, man, because every time someone else come up that ain't Earl Spence, for some reason, all y'all say is Earl Spence. I'm I'm not saying this Bud because I know it ain't Bud ain't ducking no smoke. So don't twist my words up and say I'm saying it's Bud because I know it's Bob that's effing up what's going on right now. But the fact of the matter is every time a fight come up where it's an opponent that we will enjoy watching Terrence Crawford fight like a Porter or a Thurman, Bob is making some kind of bullshit excuse about it. And I mean,
Yeah, Bob be on bull, man.
I'm getting tired. I'm
Yeah.
kind of getting tired of that because we're getting we're getting robbed, and not only are we getting robbed, I feel like Terrence is getting robbed as well, uh, because um,
Yeah, his legacy.
he's 33 years old. How much more
Yeah.
time they gonna waste for this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that he's gonna be washed up in a year or two, by no means, because the guy's in supreme shape and he's a very focused fighter. But I mean, Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah. How long will TC stay motivated if he's not getting the fights that he want? Also,
That's yes,
you
no,
know.
that's a really good question
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there has to there has to be some emotion that drives TC to beat these guys other than frustration.
Right.
That
Right.
like I can't get the fight, or these guys are that because that's I don't feel like that's the right energy source to be pulling your uh to be drawn from when you got to go into these fights
Right.
because
Right.
be, be, because you know when you get in there with someone who going to hit back, you
Right.
know
Right.
and it's not ready to fold like other guys are and believe that they could beat you as well because it's like frustration is not going to be the well you need to
Right.
dig in order to beat these people. So
Right.
um listen, I got the utmost respect for what Bud. This still gotta be Trayvon. See, he's still talking like an adolescent. He won't listen. People like you online being biased. I got that. Like what? How am I being biased, man? I done said like 50 positive things about your uncle, brother. Like, you the, it's okay for you because you're a family member to be biased for your uncle, but it's not all right for someone else to have the same energy for another fighter because they're not related to him. I mean, like, you got to cut that out, brother. Cut that out. I mean, we want to see Bud in great. We want to see Bud in great fights. We haven't seen him in any great fights, and I think at the age of 33 and having 37, I believe 37 fights and 28 knockouts, at this point. I don't think he should be in a place where everyone that he's fighting next is going to be his best opponent this deep in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He should have already had best
Mm-hmm.
opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's going to be facing top guys, where he's going to be facing top guys next, and we can say, okay, well this top guy he's facing isn't as good as a top guy that he unified with, at 140
Right.
or at 135. That's all we
Right.
saying. That's all we saying. We ain't
Right.
saying he can't fight or he a
I
bum
agree
or
with that.
nothing like that. We just
Yeah.
but he ain't the matchmaker. So that's where the topic for today comes in with Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Because with Keith Thurman, you know, Keith Thurman's Keith Thurman's calling a spade a spade. Like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's calling a spade, and I have to
And if Bob
respect.
don't like it, he'll punch him in
Yeah,
the mouth.
yeah, that's what he said. He said for free too. He said for
Yeah.
free. Um, real quick, we gonna go ahead. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen real quick. Let me go in here and share this screen real quick here, and see if we could bring my boy Keith One Time Thurman on here real quick. Let's see a little bit of what Keith Thurman was talking about today when it comes to Bob Arum.
Keith got
Let's
loose, man. He was talking in front of his wife.
Oh well yeah. It ain't this guy. I got it. It ain't him. It ain't him. I'm gonna give the Keith Thurman one because this is someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get Keith Thurman's actual interview that he did. But it's probably because there's probably things that bug contract where there's just things he cannot say. You feel me? Like he's under this guy, so there are probably just things he can't say. But I
Right.
really wish that it was Crawford that was able to say these things. You know,
Right.
uh,
Right.
I really because I really feel like this is what the fuck he need to hear. Like at
Yeah.
the end of the day, there isn't anything that Keith Thurman said that I could like I could disagree with. Um,
Right.
in
I
here,
think if Bud could say it, I think he
he
wouldn't
would
say it anyway. That's just not his style. You know what I
right.
mean? However, his sister, I forgot her, Tish, she
Give me
gonna say
one
it. Well,
second.
she already said it.
Can you guys hear the YouTube?
I can't hear it.
Let me see if I can let me see if I could bring it up. Can you guys hear that or no?
I can barely hear it. Now I can't.
Nigga
Nope.
told Bob I punch you in your shit for free.
Andrew said
I'm so not tech savvy.
I know
Oh,
me either.
here
I
we
don't got
go.
it.
Let me see if I can
You
do it
got it?
this way.
Okay. I still can't hear it. Nope.
Can't hear it?
Nope. No.
I
It
don't know if you
said
guys I don't know if you guys yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I was trying to see if I could play that so you guys can hear that. As you can see, I'm having a little technical difficulties. I ain't like the best with all this tech shit. Hold on one second. Let me shrink my screen down here so I can see the comments. Yeah, people are saying they can't hear it. Golly, man, Keith Thurman was just saying like how everyone left his ass.
yeah.
He said Oscar left. He said Oscar. Let me cut this off real quick because I'm hearing some. I'm hold on. There we go. Because I'm hearing feedback in my own headphones. So Keith Thurman is basically saying Manny Pacquiao left. Floyd left, Cotto left, everyone left. So, why is he constantly trying to lowball all these PBC fighters? You know?
Man, I think it's a dig at TC, man. Until TC get out of that contract, man. I think he just trying to, man, Bob, that's a dirty dude, man. Anytime you come on and you say you cost me a house, like, damn,
Right,
forget my health and my strength. You
right,
worried about a Malibu home, bro? And I'm out
right,
here blood, sweat, and tears.
right,
Come on, man. That's
right.
volumes right there.
Drew
That
Mack.
speaks volumes.
Drew Mack. Can you explain how Keith ain't shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you say fuck Keith Thurman? He ain't shit. Like, the reality is, Keith Thurman at welterweight has accomplished more than Crawford. He has a better, like Keith Thurman has a better resume than Crawford. I mean, in terms of opponents and people he's beat, he has a better resume, and he's gotten in the ring with better opponents. He only has one loss. He's lost to a legend, and we haven't seen Bud in a ring with a legend. All we could do is assume that he will win, but we can't. We can't say fuck Keith Thurman. How can we say fuck Keith Thurman? You know, and this is, and to me again, this is the epitome of the problem of what's going on out of the 402 is that instead of either saying fuck Bob, or if you guys can't say fuck Bob and just not say nothing, you say fuck the other fighter. And there's nothing that Keith Thurman has done to warrant like fuck Keith Thurman, he ain't shit, because Keith Thurman could fight. Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Keith Thurman probably got the second best resume at welterweight.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
exonerating, of course, Manny, who been there for 80 years, but
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But all right. So does it? You say he ain't got no belt and he was running around loudmouth when he did. Now he fell off clout chasing. I mean, how is that clout chasing? If you calling out a fighter for a fight, how do you call that clout chasing? So essentially what you're saying is, so how is what Keith Thurman doing any different to what Bud's doing? So is it fair to say Bud's cloud chasing? I mean, by your own example of the definition of cloud chasing. See, because I mean the thing is with Keith Thurman, I mean, we at least know what he's capable of when he gets in there with top guys. This is we at least know that. Win, lose, or draw, we know what Keith Thurman is capable of. There aren't really a lot of question marks. Like
Right,
there aren't. Where with
right.
Bud, there are question marks, man. So look, I'm gonna here's what I'm going to do, because this is what I do. I'm gonna go ahead and uh post the link. I went ahead and posted the link. Because it seemed like Drew Mack got a whole lot to say. So, there go the link for you, sir. If you want to come in here and get some of this East Coast cooking, you know,
the,
you
the
want to
the
get
the
some of this,
drunken
yeah,
master,
yeah. You want to
Drew
get some of
Mack.
this East Coast cooking, man. But the link is there, man, and that's that.
Yeah.
But I agree with Keith Thurman. I agree with Keith Thurman 100% on this. I agree with Keith. This for me, Keith Thurman was on my shit list. He really was on my shit list for a lot of reasons why people were writing him off. He was on my shit list because his energy changed when it came to Spence.
Fact.
It was a time for me. It said everything. There were two moments for me that said everything, and there were two Showtime moments. As maybe it was almost 4 years ago. I'm not sure, but when it was Brian Custer, Keith Thurman, Tank, and EJ, and Earl was getting ready to go fight Kell Brook. And they was trying to ask Keith Thurman. Showtime was trying to make the fight. They were making them sit next to each other. They kept putting the cameras on them. I remember Tank was looking at Keith Thurman like, you want to fight? Everyone was waiting when Brian, and he came up with a bullshit answer, and I didn't like that.
Right.
And then there was a time where I think there was like a press conference. There was a press conference, and I think Earl Spence said something about him saying he gonna bust my bubble, and I want to see that. and he got up on a podium and dapped up Errol Spence. I was like, come on, bro. Like, that's like some sucker shit to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if
yeah,
someone's, that to me, that show, like, why are you giving this dude homage when he sitting back like he won it, and you like, yeah, I saw you win and got the belt. Nah, like, I want to fight you.
yeah. I
You
want to
feel?
fight.
I want to fight
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
So I can't, I had lost respect for him, and then the long layoff that he helped up the division for a long time, and then I was looking at that, and I was like, look, man, he just kind of effed everything up, because we would have gotten that fight, would have been the first pay-per-view fight, Spence
yeah.
versus Thurman,
Keith,
and
and that's Thurman's second time though, bro. Second time because Keith. Remember, Keith pulled that neck injury when it was time to fight Brook.
right,
What was it,
Porter,
Porter?
Porter, it was
Porter,
Porter, yeah,
yeah,
he didn't fight Brooke, yeah,
yeah.
it was Porter, yeah,
He pulled that
yeah,
neck injury, bro.
yep.
And Porter had to. They dragged Porter in the ring to fight Brook.
You see that, Drew Mack? You got a fan club. Bring your ass up on here. I put the link. I'm gonna put the link out there for your ass again. Bring your ass up on here, Drew Mack. You
Cassandra
talking?
say she loved Drew Mack.
She love with Drew Mack. Come on here. Yeah, bring your. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put the link out there for your ass again, Drew Mack. Bring your ass up on here, man. But yeah, Keith Thurman went off my shit list to now. I respect Keith Thurman as as a man, because there's a lot of people who are too afraid to speak out to the powers that be.
right,
And some people at a certain point get tired of people lying,
right.
because Bob Arum is one of those guys that oh, you say you're on your way home? All right, well, I'll be ready. Drew Mack. But
Hey,
Arum is one
Drew.
of those guys that he lied the same way he tell the truth, dog. You don't know. That's what dangerous person, because it's like you can't tell. So when it's a person like that, for me, I can't believe nothing you say. Like,
Right, right.
even
I'm
if
just gonna X you
right,
just totally out.
everything you say is with a grain of salt. It's like, even if you say, okay, the sky is blue, and I see this shit is blue, I'm gonna be like, okay, I know the sky is blue for me. I'm not taking it on account
Right.
that you
I'm
said it.
gonna have to open up the curtains because I don't
Yeah,
believe you.
yeah, I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe
Yeah.
you, and it's showing now, because the only common denominator in all of these fights that is being difficult to be made
Bob
is
Aaron.
is Aaron. And I'm gonna get on your ass too, Draco, because you be talking about Deontay Wilder. You talking about how he don't want his lick back. You know what I'm saying? You always
Oh,
talking
he's
about how he
scared.
don't want his lick back and all this stuff.
Oh,
Bro, how he's
oh,
scared, bro, how he's scared, and he went
oh.
to court. He's going to court trying to get the fight, and Tyson Fury is the one saying he don't care. He ain't never fighting Deontay Wilder because he don't like what he said about him.
The Wilder guy, he was too quiet in the beginning. If you want that smoke, I would have started right when I found out and I seen that glove incident. Oh, bro, I want my leg back. I don't care. You can meet me at the corner store. You can meet me at church. You can meet me in the playground. Bro, I want my leg back, bro. You tried to kill me, bro. I'm
Right,
not gonna put no courts in it. The courts come later because I gotta get my money. I gotta get my stuff back. But bro, he was too quiet. You know what I mean? I'll be on TV. You try to kill me, bro. I
right,
give it here. He
right.
was too quiet. And plus his pride is shook, bro. He can't come to the hood until he get his leg back. If
You
Fury don't
funny as
fight him,
fuck.
Wilder, your name is mud in the hood. And he know
You
it too.
funny as fuck. So I know you watch Power, right? Do you remember
Right,
you remember the time Ghost had Dre working with him in the club,
right,
and these two guys was in the club, and they
right,
was ordering a whole bunch of champagne and shit. And next thing you know, he had this Ghost had a DJ coming to his club, and the DJ canceled at the last minute because Dre didn't get the contract signed. And
right.
come to find out, those two guys that was in the club was the club owners from across the street.
Uh-huh.
Remember that,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's his name? Dre was like, he was like, "Yo, let's fuck these niggas up right now." See, that's you. You see that? And
I mean,
Ghost was like, "No, they'll be expecting that. We wait." See, Wilder was just sitting back and getting his shit. like he was getting his shit together. Him and Al was coming up with a plan. You feel me? Now you gotta see that emotional shit is cool in the street, but that shit don't work in business because
Ain't no plan, bro. Everybody got a plan until when they get
until they
punched in
get
the
hit,
mouth, bro.
right. But no one was doing any punching in the mouth. We was at a point
Well,
right
of
now
course not.
where
Wilder wasn't.
yeah, here we go. Here we go. Right. Here we
Where's
go.
Wilder
Right.
at, bro?
But
Where was Wilder?
listen, Wilder was probably getting. You ever had them people in the hood come up to your car when you have a dent and they be like, "I'll take that dent out for $25," and they got the little
Yeah, yeah.
suction thing and they put. That's
Yo,
what
so
he had
yeah.
going on. They was trying to pull a dent out of his shit. He couldn't be thinking about. He couldn't be thinking about going to war. He needed to recoup.
Yo, son. So you saying Wilder pride wasn't shook?
I'm pretty sure his pride was shook. I'm pretty sure. I mean, anytime a fighter takes their first professional loss, and especially when it's like a knockout or a stoppage or whatever, I'm pretty sure because fighters have not only do they have a lot of ego, but they have a lot of confidence. So when they're defeated and they're fully confident about something and they're defeated, or anyone, whether it's a fighter or not, you know what I'm saying? It's like that has to do something to your confidence.
Right.
That's on a
Now,
world stage, especially if you a person, especially if you're a person who's used to knocking everyone else out, and then it happened to you. You know, so the likelihood we know the likelihood when that fight happened, the likelihood of someone saying that Tyson Fury was going to score a knockout was a lot lower than them saying Wilder was going to get a knockout in the second fight. So no one expected that to happen in that fight at all. So I'm pretty sure that shook Wilder up quite a bit, you know. But
Wilder scared of Fury.
I don't. Nah, I don't think Wilder. Listen,
He rather get that belt back through the courts than fight Fury again.
nah,
Fury
I
will
don't.
beat Wilder. Let me tell you something right now. Fury will beat Wilder 10 out of 10 times with far as boxing skills go. Shout out to Cassandra. I see you, Cassandra.
Yeah,
But Fury will beat Wilder 10 out of 10 times with Fury boxing skills. Fury didn't have to cheat. He cheated. Oh yeah, he cheated. But he didn't have to cheat to beat Wilder.
but nah, I can't say that because if you ain't have to, you wouldn't do it. You
He
feel me?
did he
If you
got the
don't have
skills
to,
to
you ain't
beat
gonna do
Wilder.
it. He
So
do.
you said
He do.
oh,
But
okay.
when you look at attributes, right? When you look at attributes, Fury don't have no punching power. So that's where the shit becomes interesting because Wilder got knockout power from round 1 to round 15.
Would
You
you
know what
say
I'm saying?
Muhammad Ali had knockout power?
Yeah, he did. Absolutely, he did. He didn't have one punch. I mean, he didn't have. Well, he scored a lot. He scored some one punch knockouts, but at the same time, he had a skill set to go along with it. You know, he didn't have
So
that
you
devastating Wilder knockout power, but yeah, he did have knockout power.
okay? So would you agree that Fury and Ali had about the same far as knockout power?
Fury and fuck no, hell no, no,
How many
nope,
knockouts did Fury got?
not a lot. Let's look. I'll look that up real quick. You
Yeah,
said Tyson Fury's knockouts. Tyson
yeah.
Fury
That probably
KOs.
was a bad question right there because Fury probably got an aspirins by it and everything because his gloves loaded. No telling what Fury bringing in the ring with him. Guns, knives,
Listen,
Spartan boots.
he has 20. He has 31 fights, 21 knockouts.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
You
but
see
who the
what I'm
fuck he?
saying?
Yeah, but who he fought though? Like the people he knocked out. Like he's
I, I,
knocking out.
I, I,
He knocking out people he was kissing on the mouth before they fought.
I. That's because his ability was so far above him, he could do that.
If you say
He was
so.
playing with him.
So you telling me the dude that dude who busted his eye open had that huge cut over his eye before he fought Wilder. He shouldn't have stopped him. But he stopped Wilder though. But he stopped
He.
Wilder the way he
That's all that
stopped.
count. That's all that stop. That's all that count. The
Okay.
king of the mountain.
Okay.
He would
Listen,
beat Wilder again without cheating. He would beat Wilder if they fought
I
10 out of 10 times. He would beat Wilder 10 out of 10
I
times.
I won't say 10 out of 10 times. I might say 7 out of 10 times he'll beat Wilder. Because Wilder, it only take one punch with Wilder. And if you hanging around all fighting, you can't get Wilder out of there. There's a chance you're gonna get knocked down or knocked out. It just that's what made the fight so intriguing. So when someone does something to cheat, who's this guy? Because here we go, Andre Durham. I'm going to answer your question, but do me a favor, since you're on Facebook, just go to the StreamYard link in the post and just register your account. That way, you're not looking like this on the page. That way we can show your name. But when you say who has Wilder fought, Wilder has fought. I hate using the word boogeyman, but he fought the boogeyman twice of the welterweight. I mean, of the welterweight of the heavyweight division, which is Ortiz. I mean, because Eddie Hearn signed Ortiz and showed him, so Joshua couldn't fight him. No, to this day, the only top heavyweight who has fought Ortiz is who?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can't say who Wilder fought. I mean, he went
Yeah.
and fought this guy twice. And I want you to also think about this. Who's a bigger puncher? Luis Ortiz or Tyson
Wow.
Fury? Who's a bigger puncher? Did Luis Ortiz or
Oh,
Tyson Fury?
Ortiz.
Did Ortiz not ring Wilder's bell with multiple clean
A
shots?
few times. Yeah.
Multiple clean shots. Was
Few
Wilder
times.
affected the same way when Fury hit him?
Nah.
I'm just saying, And now all of a sudden, and see, we went off on this tangent, right? But we're gonna get back on track, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is the magic of Bob Arum. See, because we was talking about Bob, and see, we went all the way over here, and we started talking. This is the magic of Bob Arum, right? The fight we're talking about Wilder and Fury in the fight, but now when Wilder and Fury 1 got made, was Bob Arum a part of that? No.
Nah, he wasn't a part of
It
that.
was not, right?
Nope.
It was Al Heyman, Frank Warren. They got it made, another smooth promotion and
Yeah.
everything like that, right?
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I am. I'm always obsessed. I'm always obsessed with old white men that rob black young talent. I'm obsessed with that, and I will always expose that, Drew. Man, I have a problem with that because that's
Yeah.
been something that's been going on from the beginning of time in entertainment and show business, where guys, listen, it's all well and good. And I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about how anyone spends their money or budgets their money, but a lot of fighters and boxers are rich while they're boxing, and then when it's over, they realize that they're not rich anymore. And these guys that like Arum remain rich after they go through multiple fighters. It's like a factory that they do this to these fighters, and I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Bob Arum, whether it's Clive Davis in the music business, or whether it's P. Diddy or whoever's doing that stuff, I have a problem with that. Because you know what? That is called that's called exploitation. When people are doing these kind of things to guys that came from nothing and worked so hard and putting their lives on the line, or in the music business, their heart and soul on the line for things, and then they get chewed up and spit out and robbed while they go through all the stress of the public being on them while these promoters are doing the shit that they're doing and laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, I have an issue with that, without a doubt. And you should have an issue with it too, especially if the person that he's doing it to is someone you care about. You should have an issue with that as well. So that is where my issue comes from. So and let me say this, because I've said this many times before. Loyal to the Game Boxing has a problem with Terrence Bud Crawford. That's the alter ego. Kwame East, the human being, the black man, has the utmost respect for Terrence Crawford and wants to see his well-being, him have a great well-being, So, we could talk loyal to the game, we could talk 60-40, this, that, and the third, but but past that, I'm always going to care about, you know, a fighter, and especially a black fighter. People have a problem with that. That's fine. I'm entitled to that because I'll put it to you like this: if you have one meal in your house, right? Are you going to take and you got one child? Are you going to take that one meal and go out your house and feed someone else child? You're going to feed your child in your house. So it's natural for you to want to see yours okay first. So when I say black fighters, that's the perspective I'm coming from when I say that. So whether it's Earl Spence, whether I'm a Spence fan and Bud is his arch enemy, it don't matter at the end of the day. I'm gonna want to see Bud be all right at the end of the day. It don't matter that him and Spence is a problem because it's me, Spence, and Bud against Arum if Arum is fucking any of those guys over. And that's just the way that's just for me, that's just the way I see it. So it's not an obsession with him, it's an obsession with the shit that he does. And
Mm-hmm.
as I was saying before, is that when it comes to Bob Arum, now you see for some reason we're having an issue with getting a Tyson Fury fight. I find it utterly disrespectful, right? That look how arrogant people are. It's like some Donald Trump shit, right? It's like you're in court, the courts are telling you that you have to fight Wilder or whatever or vacate the belt, and Arum is announcing that we have a venue and we're about to have a date for the Anthony Joshua fight. But you in court, and the court is telling you that y'all got to fight Wilder. So that lets me know right then and there that he's a common denominator in the issue for me.
Why ain't Wilder talking, man? Why
Because
ain't Wilder standing up? He didn't have no problems getting in front of the camera till this day. Now you can't get a peep out of this guy till this day.
now,
You know what I mean?
and I hear
Wilder's
you,
a hoe.
but let me
Wilder
ask
a
you,
hoe.
let me ask you a question. When have
Yeah,
you seen Wilder to this day was leading up to a fight, right?
right.
To this day, when have we seen Wilder actively speaking or even seen Wilder when it ain't fight time? When have we seen Wilder in the camera when it ain't fight time?
I seen Wilder on Love and Hip Hop.
I don't even watch that shit, but he was on Love and Hip Hop.
He's on Love and Hip Hop. Him and his
I
girl.
Okay, well, I don't know. Possibly that has something to do with promoting him because at
Wilder
one point,
Hollywood, bro. He don't
yeah,
want to fight no more.
I don't believe that.
Wilder got his pride took, bro.
Listen. Listen, he may have. I don't know if his pride was taken. I'm pretty sure his pride was shaken or whatever. But he's done interviews, okay. And the fact of the matter is, all you can if if Arum and Fury are coming out saying that they're not going to fight, and he's going to court trying to get the fight, how can you call him a hoe for that? They're the ones saying that they don't want to fight.
Yeah, now since the court's involved, he should have been saying that, bro. When did they fight? Like 2 years ago?
It's like a year ago. Let's say close
He
to a
should
year
have,
ago.
man. Wilder should have been on that, bro. Immediately. You know what I mean? You don't wait a year until he get the ball rolling, then he hopping on everybody else. But oh yeah, as a second thought, oh yeah, I do want to fight you. And and by the way, I'm gonna take you to court.
But
It's too late,
but
bro.
that's not accurate. But Wilder
So
was trying
Fury's
to get
supposed to
the
stop.
no.
So
But
Fury's
Wilder
supposed
was
to stop
trying to.
what he got going and fight you now, Wilder, because you decide to speak up after a year.
No, it's not a year, bro. He's been trying to get the fight. They've been trying to get the fight. I believe there was like a December date in the contract, and due to COVID happening, they kept saying. See, this is the thing.
Okay,
They kept
okay, yep.
stating they
I
kept
remember
stating
that.
that there was no gate, and they needed to do the fight with a gate because it's a big
Yeah,
fight.
I
And then
remember
they
that.
kept
Okay.
prolonging
Yep.
everything, and then as soon as Aaron was able to manipulate the December date, then they tried to say, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this guy is so crafty. This dude is
Yeah,
crafty.
I remember that now.
Now you remember that.
Yeah, it was just a little portion, like we postponing it to this, and that was the end of it. It wasn't no long drawn out nothing, right? I remember
Exactly.
that. I remember that.
Exactly. And here's some other information, right? See, because you
Yeah.
gotta you gotta see, I'm like motherfucking Matlock when it comes to this shit. So my first point was the fight. The first fight got made without Arum involved.
Right.
Arum. Now think about. I want you to think about this. When Tyson Fury was effed up and 200 pounds, 100 pounds, 50 pounds overweight, and you know, it's like when black people be on drugs, we crackheads. White people be like it's an opioid crisis, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you feel me?
Right.
So
Opioid pandemic. It's a
it's an
heroin
opioid,
pandemic.
right? Exactly. So when Fury was out there smoking crack, right? Bob
Yeah.
Aaron wasn't Bob Aaron wasn't out there saying, "Oh, I believe in you. Let me sign you.
Right.
Let me sign you, and let's make a fight happen." No one wanted nothing to do with him. Wilder
Right.
went to clean yourself up. Let's make some money together because I can't
Right.
get a fight with Anthony Joshua. It's just what they tried to get that to make that fight happen.
I
So
understand.
now, being the old savvy businessman that Aram is, and you got to give him his props. He's been in the game. He's a smart guy, graduated from Harvard, a whole nine. When he saw those numbers that they did, he swooped in and signed Tyson Fury, right? Gave him some
Yep.
upfront money. And what happened was that when he signed him, it forced a seat at the table with Heyman because he couldn't get Heyman in front of him. Remember, all around that
Yeah.
time, he was saying Heyman was a fake person because he couldn't reach
Yeah.
him.
He said Heyman was
A
Sam
figment of Sam
Watson.
Watson. Exactly. Exactly. So,
That was
so,
funny. Now that was
so,
funny,
right.
bro.
So signing Wilder got him a seat, and then did Aram not come out and say, "Yeah, we talked down, and we the fight with Terrence and Spencer gonna happen," and he sat down and they were talking about Lomachenko and Tank.
Right.
This is the stuff Aram came out and said, right?
Right.
And it just to me, because boxing is such a dirty sport, right? And I have to say allegedly because I don't want no one to sue me or say slander. But
Right.
from the way it looked like to me, it looked like all this stuff was done with Wilder. It was done on purpose. Now, like the way to me, the way shit is unfolding, it's like because let's be honest, the goal isn't with Tyson Fury. The big fight ain't Deontay Wilder. The big fight is in the UK with Anthony Joshua,
There
and
you
they are
go.
forcing that to happen by acting as if Wilder is it don't even matter. It's almost like they will give him. Well, he too cheap to give anyone step aside money, but it don't matter. It's like shit. If we get sued, we just figure it out, But we gonna make this fight
Because
over
Wilder
here
took
happen.
too long. He took too long, bro. He should have
That's
hopped on the campaign when he should have been the first to hop on the campaign, bro. And he should have been like, "Yo, something went on. This is what happened." You have to be transparent when this stuff happened, because then you sound like you on the bandwagon. Because everybody, all of us, seen the gloves and all of that, man. He should have told us about the gloves. Like, yo, I think something funny going on in my camp. Somebody just mentioned Breland. I can't because it just say Facebook user. I don't know who that was, but it
yeah. Steve
yeah,
McCarthy. Steve McCarthy. Just go into the post, the Facebook post, hit the StreamYard link, and just register with StreamYard so we could bring your face and your name up here because you got a great
yeah,
comment right here.
yeah,
Says
yeah.
Aram and Furiously purposely agreed to a date after the contracted time frame of December so they could weasel out of the fight and use the contract expired excuse. Yes. I'm telling you, you're dealing with a master manipulator. This guy, he's a master. Listen,
Why won't Wilder say something, bro? Like Wilder should be on there. If that's the case, loud as Wilder is, son, he should be on there saying, "Yo, they did this, that, and the third. I want this fight." He should let the public know, man. Like Wilder's a hoe, man. He's a, you Wilder. You can't come back to the hood, bro. Don't
he
you
in
come back
the
to the
hood.
hood. Don't you
Listen,
come back to
let
the
me
hood. You
let
better
me tell
stay in Tullaluska, wherever you from,
you.
bro.
Think
You don't
you
you
think
come to
you
Brooklyn.
think where black people come from in Alabama ain't the hood?
He ain't in Alabama. Where he at? LA hiding out in a condo filming Love and Hip Hop.
You
He
man,
filming Love and Hip.
cut it
He's a
out,
movie star,
Draco.
bro. He got married
What
on
movie
TV,
he
bro.
in? What movie he in?
Love and Hip Hop. Bro, he on reality show, bro.
Oh, come on,
He's
Draco.
Hollywood. He
Come on,
getting married on
Draco.
TV. When you have your wedding on television and your wedding is televised, bro, you Hollywood, son.
He got married on TV for real?
Love and Hip Hop. He's
Oh
no longer
man.
here, bro.
That's what
Yeah,
that's what fame be doing to people, man. But sometimes,
yeah.
listen, listen.
He don't got
I, s-
time to box
I
no more.
salute. Listen, let me tell you something. A guy like Deontay Wilder, I salute because Deontay Wilder stands up for issues that are important to me in my
Except
life.
for himself.
But how he not, bro? If how could you say that, bro? If he's in court, Draco, can you just stick? How can you say that? If
A year
that, all
later,
right,
it
all
don't
right, so
count.
all right, so Draco, that's like me. That's like us having the show, right? Let's just say this show became worth $1 million, right? And then
Yeah.
we split. And I did like a Jay-Z and try to keep everything and went my own way. And then you don't say nothing because you pissed off and can't believe how shit just happened, but you in court, and then someone trying to get the money back, and then someone say, yeah, Draco, you a hoe, man. You ain't even trying to get the money. That show was half yours. But you in court trying to get it. How can someone call you a hoe? It's like the dude's in court trying to get the
Because
fight.
before we go to court, I would have threatened you 150,000 times.
you, you're probably for some reason I really believe you on that one.
You know what I mean?
Get
Like
get
son. Okay, now let's reverse it. Now say I took money from you, right? Say we split, and then a year later you don't say nothing, right? And everybody's saying, "Yo, like K, he doing you wrong, man. Draco doing you wrong. He snatched the money and ran. You ain't doing nothing, boo." And you don't say nothing. And then a
okay.
year later, you come out with, "I was trying to get my money. I want it now." It's a year later, son.
it's
I
my
done got
it's my
Bugatti.
money. I want it now.
Yeah, I done spent your money, son. Like I got a Bugatti now. I'm doing food. Like what? I'm not thinking about you, bro. I'll get back with you later because I'm over here doing this now. So you're not gonna disturb what I'm doing now because you had a whole year. Now I got AJ on my radar. I'm training for him. Now here you come want to fight me again a year later, bro. I got things to do. Sorry.
Drew Mac, I just put the link. I just put the link in the comment section, man. I don't got time to inbox you. I'll put it in there again for you one more time. There you
Drew
go.
on the
One
gym.
more one more again is in there for you, man. Um, look, but as I said before, this is the magic of Bob. We talk about we talk about the fighters, and he's his fucking sorcerer, bro. He's behind there. His fucking Merlin ass is back there stirring the pot up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's back there stirring up the pot,
Hey,
and we man, and bro, it don't matter. Just hit the link. It don't matter, Drew Mac. It
you,
don't matter. It's StreamYard, so it don't matter about. Oh, I put the link in the comment section, so it's in Facebook and YouTube. So uh, no, I think it's in YouTube. So I'm looking
Drew,
in
what
here.
you want, Drew? What do
No,
you want, Drew?
yeah, Drew, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, Drew. It should be in a YouTube box. But yeah, so he's a sorcerer, bro. I mean, he done went to some of his little secret meetings, and he done sprinkled his little dust out there and got everyone
Over me
bewitched.
too, right? I
Yeah, he
got my
got
his
you. He
dust
got
on me
you.
too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got you bewitched too, man. But I could see him. I see him. You feel
Yeah,
me? I'm not falling for it. It's like Kell Brook fight issue, right?
right.
Eddie Hearn
What
gets
about?
taken. Eddie Hearn gets taken out of the Kell Brook fight. Uh,
Oh, he was
right?
trying to railroad that fight too, wasn't he?
Yeah, big time, big time. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because he wasn't getting no cut.
yeah,
He actually blocked it off the networks in the UK.
yeah.
So he blocked it. But but that's what I'm saying. Why would you do that? Because the only person that's really hurting is who? Who does
The
that hurt the
fighter,
most?
the fighter.
It don't hurt Kell Brook because Kell Brook's trying to cash out. That hurts Terrence.
Oh. Okay, we back on Terrence now. So
Right. No,
you
I'm
got
just saying. By him, no,
you bet you
but
you
think about it. By him,
you.
by him doing that and having the business go that way, because Kell Brook wasn't the person that was being showcased. It's Terrence that's being showcased. So if you can't get, because let's be honest, the loyal fans are the ones in the UK, ain't the ones here. So if you
That's
can't
true.
get televised over there in the UK, and
That's
you
true.
got and Terrence is your guy. Who is that hurting the most?
Yeah.
Because Bob gonna get his money one way or the other.
Yeah.
So
First,
so
he gonna get his money off the top.
right. Think about how many UK fans Spence has because of the Kell Brook fight.
Yeah.
Right? It was
Yeah.
televised
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. Now, if Al would have did the same kind of thing, who would that have hurt the most?
Yeah.
Brooke, or would it have
Yeah.
hurt Spence? And that's what my
Spence.
point. Right, and that's what my point is. It's like, you know, that you have to be mindful of what you do, but when you really don't care about the other person, then it don't really matter, because it's all about
Yeah.
self-preservation. It's all about you,
It's
you,
all
you,
about that
you,
house in
you.
Beverly Hills.
Right. When it's all about you, then
Yeah.
it's like, hey, nothing else matters. But guess what? You can't take it with you. The Egyptians
That's
tried
true.
to take it with them, and you see they went and dug they shit up, right?
That's
You
right.
can't, you
That's right.
can't, you can't take it with you, bro. You know what
You
I'm
hear
saying?
that,
So,
Deontay Wilder?
oh, you funny as fuck. You
How
funny.
about those Brooklyn Nets, though?
Oh man, let's talk about that. The
How
Brooklyn.
about those?
How about the Brooklyn Nets? The Brooklyn Nets, man.
What's your take on the whole thing, the trade and the Nets, and where they gonna be at projected in the near future? They going to the championship this year, next year?
I don't know about the championship this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's
Oh
see.
Lord.
And we got Cricket Wireless coming in here. Where you at, Drew? What's going
Drew
on,
just
Drew?
Hey,
Hey,
you
Drew
good?
just pop up
What's
like
up,
what like Peebo Bryson though. Do you see how he just
man?
Drew get this Peebo Bryson on, baby?
What's going on, Drew?
Man, what's up? What's up
How
with
you
y'all
doing,
boys,
brother?
man?
You already
Hey,
know.
what's
You
going on,
already
Ray
know.
Parker
Man, I'm
Jr.?
doing good.
What you call that, man?
Ray Parker Jr.
Man,
Like,
chilling out. First,
Yeah. That's
I
what's up. That's what's
don't know
up.
what
Good
he
to
talking
see you,
about.
bro.
I don't know what that man talking about.
I don't know what
That
you're talking
is
about either,
crazy.
Drew. I'm on your side for a change.
Hey, man, like,
Everything
Yeah,
good,
because he
brother.
got
Everything
shaved and
good.
hey,
everything.
likewise, man. Hey, first of all, I wanna the yeah, y'all been cooking for a minute. I'm just getting out this cold ass weather, man. So I'm just warming up. So I hope y'all ready, man, because I got a little time on my hands and shit. So
Okay, Drew,
I heard a little bit in the car. I couldn't listen to everything, but heard a little bit. But first off, let me get this out. Let me get this out the way, man. Shout out to Omaha for 02, Nebraska, B&B Boxing. Uh, Shout out to everybody that's listening from the hometown, from the Midwest. You know how we do. I'm gonna hold it down like I always do. Shout out to my pop. Shout out to Buzz. Shout out to Team Crawford. Shout out to Team McIntyre. We here. You know I'm gonna hold it down. But
all
what's up,
right.
y'all, young fellas?
We chilling, man.
What's
I
going
don't know.
on?
I don't know about you calling me young fella, brother.
What's
I
up
just
with?
had a
What's
41st
up with?
birthday yesterday.
Drew, man. Oh, happy birthday, Kay. You
Yeah,
snuck it
man.
in on me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Hey, that's just.
celebrated my
Yeah.
41st yesterday.
You said yesterday.
Yesterday, yes,
Yeah. Happy
sir.
belated birthday, bro.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that,
That's just
man.
how I talk. That's just how we talk around here.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even know, man. I
All
hang
right, check
out
this
with this
out, man.
guy.
So Kwame, I was listening to you.
Mhm.
So I didn't know. I didn't know. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all close. Y'all close around each other, ain't you?
No, well, no, he in DC. K
You
in
hear me?
DC now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
K in a whole
Oh,
another.
okay. Cool.
He in a whole another
All right, bet it
tax
up.
bracket now, man. He look out the window and see presidents and vice presidents and hey, man,
Man,
he
Yeah,
in a whole
I
listen,
another
bet.
he
I
in a whole
bet.
another
I
tax
bet.
bracket.
cut it out. Cut it out.
He hey, he don't even raid the Capitol. He watch it get
Yeah,
raided. That's how
yeah, I
high
know.
he
That's the
is.
real shit, though. I really did.
Yep. Hey, oh, for
I
real?
watched all the police
And
go
you
down
got
the
a
highway.
you
I was
got a
like, oh,
view from there.
huh?
Man, he got a hell of a view, man.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Hell of a
yeah.
All
view.
right, well, check this out, man. Let's get to cooking, man. Shit, Draco, all right, man. I know you got some questions for me, but Draco, I got a question for you, man. Well, I got a
Yes, sir.
statement, and then I got a question for you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, don't let Kwame get in your motherfucking head, dude, and have him skewing your motherfucking opinions and all that other shit, dude. Don't let him do
Yes,
that,
sir.
man. Cause he's good
Let me
at
tell you
that,
Yes,
this.
sir.
man. 'Cause he talks articulate. He talks very articulate, and then you could just kind of find yourself kind of like listening to him, but then you got to snap at it, like, man, this nigga talking about some bullshit, dude. So, anyway,
He Merlin. He Merlin. Kwame is Merlin.
He said Drew Mac,
yeah,
Drew Mac, Drew
I'm
Mac,
telling.
Drew Mac just mad. I'm over there cooking Bob. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do
Kwame
with.
Aram.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
fuck that. He called
hey,
me Kwame
Kwame,
Heyman.
see
Fuck
the thing
that.
about it is.
Don't call me no damn
Hey,
Aram.
Kwame, you could cook. You could cook, Bob. You could cook, Bob. I don't care about Bob. You could cook, Bob, bro. But it seemed like that's all you cook. You ain't got a full menu. Like, damn. Can we
Listen,
talk
listen,
about? Can we serve
Uh-oh.
something else to the people?
listen, listen,
Can
listen,
we?
listen,
Can
listen,
Uh-oh.
I mean,
listen,
damn. Shit.
listen.
Don't you get tired of
First off,
cooking the
first
same
off,
stuff or what?
listen, listen.
Damn.
I can't. I'm tired of us not getting the fights we want. I'm tired of that. I mean, because we the problem is he the common denominator and shit. It's like, okay, I ain't saying nothing about Bud and Spence and this, that, and the third. We was talking about Fury and Wilder. Now who's in the middle of that shit? I mean, I'm not doing this, bro. All I could do. Listen, let me tell you. Let me ask you a question, True Mac. Right? Let's just say I came out to Omaha, which I would never do. But let's just say I came out to
Get your
Omaha,
ass
right?
nailed
Yeah,
to the
I'm in a
cross.
fucking cornfield somewhere. But
Why not? Why
let's just
not? Why not, bro?
no, no, no. Let me ask you a question, right? Let's just say I came to Omaha, right?
This
And then
nigga
I went
crazy.
to and then I went. So let's
Yeah.
say I came to Omaha, right? And I went to Bud house, your pop house, and your house, right? And something was missing in everyone's house after I left. Ain't you gonna be like Kwame did it?
Mhm.
And you don't have everyone
Mhm.
else
That's
in
your
your house
ass.
all the time. So but that's my point. That's the shit with Bob. It's like he this common denominator on all of it. You know what I'm saying? We started out with Keith Thurman, right? Keith Thurman, we got on Bob because Keith Thurman video was basically about Arum. Like the boxing public is excited to see a Keith Thurman fight. Even though I'm a Spence guy, I think it is some whole shit that he don't want to fight Keith, right? We can't say he's scared of Keith because he been calling out Keith, so we can't go there. But what I am saying is that Keith says something about Aram, right? You have a mandatory situation with a Sean Porter where the issue isn't Bud, it's Aram with the money. We have a Tyson Fury situation with Wilder. Nothing now. The Wilder
I
one fight
understand
got
all that, Kwame.
the
I
Wilder one
understand
fight
all
got
that, bro.
got made. So how can you be mad at me? How can you be mad at me about bringing up the obvious? Like I'm tired of. Listen, this is what I'm tired of because this is a common
No,
thing.
listen, listen, listen,
Hold on.
listen, bro.
Let me finish my point. I'm gonna let you go, Drew. Let me just finish this one point right here. This is a common thing that I get tired of, right? And this is just not in boxing. This is just in life, where you have situations where people who are not from your culture or your ethnicity or your tax bracket or whatever will do shit, right? Because they're in a position of power. And then the people that they're doing this shit to that are frustrated by it are taking it out on each other. And that is the only thing that I'm bringing up because it's like, okay, the fight won't get made. These fights aren't getting made, and it's frustrating as hell. Spence and Crawford ain't getting made, right? So we argue about that until the cows come home. And then we get excited, like, okay, Sean Porter is it mandatory? This fight's going to happen. And then it looks like that fight's not going to happen, right? And then what happens when these things get brought up to a person like you or your dad or Bud? What we'll do is argue amongst each other and be like, oh, this person's scared, that person's scared. When the truth of the matter is, neither one of those guys are scared, right? But there's someone who keeps stirring the pot to make the situation like that. So all I do is I just bring that to the forefront because You know what? I get tired of arguing with my brothers about stuff. It's stuff that we don't even have any
Okay.
kind of we don't have a say in the outcome. All we have a say in is when a fight actually does get made, if we watch it and buy it, and then who we choose. But that's
Right.
all I'm bringing up. But go ahead and say your piece, Drew.
Okay. And you make a lot of valid points.
I
Some of
know.
them in which surprisingly I agree with. But we got to think about we got to think about the other stuff. Like it seems like majority of it's called a boxing group, right? The
Mhm.
majority of, well, I say probably about 75% of it, we're not really talking about, especially when it comes to what I care about. Like we graze over other fights, but my ears go up, you know what I mean, when we talking about what we talking about, because I need to know what the
Right.
fuck is going on. So it always seemed like reserves back to Bob this, Bob that. I mean, shit, we ain't said nothing about Al. Y'all make it seem like Al give these guys millions of dollars and wipe their ass and everything is peaches and cream. I'm sure some
He does.
discrepancies going along with some of his fighters too. You know what I mean? But it seemed like with my guys, with my family, with Team Crawford and Team McIntyre, it always seemed like, oh, Bob, this, that. And like I said, and I'm gonna double down on it again. I'm gonna double down on it, and I really mean this. If the fighters wanted the fight to get made, it would have got made, bro. And I'm telling you, if Earl really wanted to fight Bud, my nigga, and this is facts, he could have fought him, bro. And some new information came out, and I'm not gonna say too much, but it's available, dude. It's available.
So
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 I
so
mean,
let's just
we
flip
we
Say
can
off of
it.
them for a
stop
second.
talking about.
Let's flip off
Hold
this
on, hold on, hold on,
second.
hold on, hold on. I'm
Go
almost
ahead, go ahead,
done,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead, Drew.
Hold on. Almost done. So we can sit up here and talk about Bob, this, and that. Uh, well, this is a common denominator, which you are kind of right about that. But we don't really know exactly everything that happens. And I mean, Kwame, me and you talked about this for hours before, bro. Like we don't know what the fuck was going on with that shit, dude. I mean, if a blind man would see that Bob don't want to put the money up, okay, so he don't want to put the money up. So what can we do, bro? I mean,
Right,
honestly, he don't want to put the fucking money up. So what can we do? We can't do shit.
right,
So
and
that is
that's
what
my
it is. But I'm
point.
talking about if if the fight was big enough, which it would be with uh Easy Route Earl, then he would put the money up with no problem. He would put
Yeah.
it would be fine. You know what I'm saying? But these speed bumps along the way, man, it's just like
That damn cricket again.
I know. He got the 402 wireless.
I think when he get back on here, but that was the point that you was making. The beef is not with TC. The beef is with um Bob Arum.
Right, and
You
that's
know,
and that's what I'm
TC and
saying.
Earl want to fight, but
Right,
I think it's the promoters.
and I think also the point is that he just brought up when he says when the fighters want to fight, they fight. But okay, so what about Wilder Fury 3? Do you
Now
follow?
you know Wilder don't want to fight Fury.
Oh God! But he's in court. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. Cut
You
it
know
out.
he don't.
Cut it
He's in
out.
court. He should be in the ring. He should
Okay.
be in the
Well,
ring.
he can't. He's trying to get in the ring and he can't. So now he's in court trying to get in the ring. I, I
No.
mean that's like that's like your girl putting out an order of protection. Yeah, nigga. All right, you could go try to get in the house, but you better go to court first. You know what I'm saying?
my fault. Can y'all hear
Nope.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. We gonna have
Okay,
to
well,
we
I
gonna have to get
forgot.
you a new
I
provider.
didn't. I don't know. It's the last thing I was saying, but okay, I was getting on kid. Did y'all hear what I said?
I, I
No,
can't
we
remember. I can't remember everything you said because you went out for a while. You was I don't. You might have been talking
Okay.
and we didn't hear.
Okay. Well, what I was saying was, I said when I switched it up, I said, well, we talking about Keith. Y'all talking about Keith. That's another like a speed bump into our destination. That it's like nothing, bro. Remember when Keith had his belt, Kwame? Remember how he was acting? Draco, remember how he was acting when he had it?
But that
He had
wasn't.
yeah.
his belt like.
But that
like it
wasn't
should
Yeah.
make
just
sense.
Bud though. But that wasn't just Bud. That was everybody. That to be fair, because that
No,
was
no,
suspended.
listen.
That was
Yeah,
everybody.
that's what I said. Yeah, I must have cut out. I must have cut out when I said, remember how he was treating Earl, and
Right.
remember he act like he didn't even know who Terrence was. You know what I'm saying? I said
Right.
the same people that you see on your way up is the same
Right.
people
True.
that you see on your way down. So you treat
I agree.
motherfuckers like you know what I'm saying. So that's karma. That's karma, bro. So
I agree
Yeah.
with you on that.
we don't want I don't know who this is. Hold on.
So
We
if I
don't
can
want him,
interject,
nor do we desire him. Really, I mean, I feel like it's a yeah.
oh
Go ahead, bro.
my fault. What Kay was
Yeah,
saying
I'm
is
with
the
you.
same thing you said. Kay is saying that it's not TC. TC want to fight. It's Bob. That's the common denominator. Is Bob. You
Right.
know, no knock against TC at all, bro. And I think that's how you looking at it, like it's a knock against TC because of who it's coming from. And it's hard to receive it because y'all gotta already, you got a thing that K is, biased against TC. So he can say
And
TC a
you
nice
know what, Drake?
guy.
I could really honestly say that I talked to Kwame so much that I know it ain't personal against.
Right,
But
Yeah.
I know
right.
I know
He know.
that
He know that.
I
He
know
know that.
that I
He know
know
that.
that.
100.
But the other
Yeah.
other motherfuckers, whatever, what I mean, because it's a constantly a flood of whatever, you know what I
Oh,
mean,
right. Yeah.
and
Right,
It's like I said, loyal to the game is against TC. Kwame's not against TC.
right,
you
right.
see. Hey, sometimes they say, "Damn, I don't know why." Sometimes they say, my bad. Somebody calling me. They don't have to wait. Sometimes they say, perception is reality. You ever heard that?
Right. Right. Right.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
Right. I agree.
yep.
I agree 100%. But um, so we went back to this. We were going to our next topic because we don't have too much time left. We've been on here for about an hour and a half. So since the paycheck got taken down, we are loyal to the game, boxing and sports too now. So we cover boxing primarily because we love the sport.
2.0.
But yeah, I guess yep.
Basically,
Yeah, basically. So we gonna touch on the NBA because there's a bunch of brothers on this panel, so we don't know too much about fucking hockey or any of that other shit. So the
right,
hot
right.
the hot news right
Right.
now is James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets. Draco and I are Brooklyn Knights to the day we
Hello.
die. I'm excited. And
Lakers
listen,
in 5.
I'm a Laker fan too. So
I can't disagree with
I'm a
that.
Laker fan. I'm a Laker
I,
fan. I'm a
I
Laker
can't
fan
disagree with
before.
that.
I'm a Laker fan before because you know the real people know the Brooklyn Nets are really from New Jersey that played in the
Absolutely,
Meadowlands out of the Prudential Center, and now they're in Brooklyn. So most of
absolutely.
any real New York basketball fan is a Knicks fan, but the Knicks suck. It's just
Right,
like they ran so bad that it's hard to be a Knicks fan. So the
right.
fact that the Nets are in Brooklyn, big shout out to that. But hey, listen, Kyrie Irving, Harden, and Kevin Durant. Those are three guys who can get you 50.
Yes,
Those are three guys who can
yes,
score 50 points on
yes.
any
On any
given night,
given night.
which is
Yes.
scary. You got three guys who can score 50 points. The question is, the question is, pause. Is there enough balls for everyone? Pause. You feel me?
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
can this work? Especially with Kyrie Irving. Um, I don't know. He's having maybe the microchip in his brain is malfunctioning or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Kyrie Irving right now.
Is he
Uh,
turning into Huey Newton, or what is he trying to do,
I,
bro?
he confuses me because this is the same Kyrie Irving who said after the Cleveland Cavaliers won the championship and he was having a boat party that he didn't want any black girls on the boat.
There you go.
So I'm
There you go.
confused about this whole Black Lives Matter type shit with Kyrie. I don't know. I can't read into it much. I don't know. Damn, Drew Mack, how many damn pro wait You got two people popping in here, Drew Mack. What you,
Drew
man?
Mack is Bob Arum.
Yeah, he Merlin
he,
over
he,
there. Okay, hold on. There go that Drew. Let's
uh,
remove this Drew.
you done. You done.
All right, there you go. All right.
You got
So
to send him some service down there, K.
yeah, I don't know what he need a whole. They need a whole network out there. You know what I'm saying? I put a cell tower in your backyard. Uh,
Right.
but here's the thing: is there how does it work? Because it's gonna be it's gonna be kind of hard to move Kyrie Irving if that's what they decide to do, because it's not like there's a discrepancy with his play. The discrepancy is that he's going AWOL and not showing up to games. Like, what team is gonna want to sign someone that's on a max deal like that, that's just not even showing up to games?
Man, he having a meltdown of some sort, man. Like
No.
it's some sort of meltdown that's going on with son. You know what I mean? And I don't care who they get on the team, whether it's Harden or whatever. It's gonna be like this with him, man. You got to just see what's up with him. Like that Mahmoud Rauf had the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a meltdown. I think AI had a meltdown. You know, um, all of them players had that, man. Even Derrick Rose to some point.
Oh.
What the hell? Even
I,
Derrick Rose had a mini meltdown. You know.
yeah. Let me boot him. Rejoin this shit. No, I don't want to do that.
You crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what else? I don't know if he had a. I don't know if those other guys had a meltdown. I know that Derrick Rose disappeared for personal reasons. I know he is dealing with like a rape case or some shit at that point.
Yeah. Came
When he,
back, he had the dreads and
yeah,
man.
yeah, fame would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, but not to go ahead and just bash Kyrie, but it's like, how does this work? Because Kyrie doesn't seem like a guy who plays off the ball that well. Like he
Right.
was kind of forced to in a way with LeBron, because LeBron is kind of ball dominant. Like, LeBron is not
Yeah.
a guy who plays well off the ball as well. He sets
Right.
up other guys. But also it seems like, you have Harden. The guy who plays best off the ball is going to be Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant can get you 30 by shooting 12 shots. So he's not going to be the issue. The issue is going to be Kyrie and Harden. And it seems like Kyrie gets frustrated about shit a lot, you know, on the court, because he was getting frustrated with the young guys, with the Boston Celtics, and he's getting this reputation now where he's not a guy that seems to be like the greatest teammate, or
Right.
I shouldn't say the greatest teammate, because kind of like To, there's probably a lot of guys that actually like him on the team, but maybe not the best guy for your locker room from a leadership standpoint when you need everyone to be on a certain accord. So
Yeah.
what do we expect from the Nets? What do we expect from the Brooklyn Nets? What do you expect from the Brooklyn Nets?
I expect them to make it to the playoffs, probably past the first. They got a gel. So this year is going to be kind of like they got a gel. I think next year they're going to start clicking probably after the All-Star game. They'll probably start clicking then as far as getting to know each other and all of that. I think Kyrie is going to play. He's a it Kyrie on top of his game distributes. He's gonna distribute before he shoots, and I think that's how he thinks. Because when he went to Boston and he was the main man, I don't think he fit that role. Even though he was getting his points and he was getting all kind of highlights, I don't think he wanted to be the man. He don't want to bring the ball down and shoot the ball. He looks to distribute first, and
You,
I think
you
that his
know,
problem is getting the ball back when he distributes it. Then that's when the attitude is gonna come in. Because if he
okay,
get that ball to Durant and he get a ball to um what's his name?
Harden.
Uh Harden, yeah, he's not getting that back. Chances are he's not getting it back. So I think that they're gonna have to share that ball from either one of them, man.
Well,
And I think Harden is going to dribble too much, and he's going to play outside too much, and that's going to get on Kyrie's nerves because he's going to be clogging up Kyrie because that's his area out there. But go ahead. I'm
well,
sorry.
but here's the thing, though. The coach is Steve Nash, and Steve Nash brother Mike D'Antoni as assistant coach. So they're gonna be running that same offense which James Harden has excelled
Right.
in. Shit, the last I don't know what 4 or 5 years he's excelled
Yeah.
in that. That is a pass first offense.
There you
It's
go.
a, sh- well, it's well, I can't say it. It's a 50-50 pass shoot offense. If the shot is
Hmm.
open, you take it. You
Right.
got you got three guys that are really good 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you got three guys who are really good 3-point shooters. Also, Mike D'Antoni is good for playing a small ball lineup. So you got a guy like Kevin Durant who's 7 feet, who at some point it might be out there playing center because
Right.
they don't really in those sets they don't really play a lot of offense. They're mainly playing a whole lot of defense.
Right. Right.
So I mean, excuse me, not a whole lot of defense, a whole lot of
Right.
offense. So
Right.
you're going to be looking at a lot of quick shots going up. I won't say a lot. It's not going to be a lot of dribbling. We're going to see a lot of pick and roll and a lot of guys getting open shots. And it's weird. Like Mike D'Antoni, he like voodoo or something too, because it's like a guy will be one place. They're not a great 3-point shooter, and then they get under his system and they just making threes all the time. You ever notice that
Yeah.
with Mike
Yeah.
D'Antoni?
That is.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
this guy. This is an average player somewhere else. He comes there. You got Boris Diaw hitting threes and shit. Like,
Yeah. What was this?
yeah,
That?
right. Where that come from? So,
Right.
but I feel like everyone's looking at it like, okay, these guys are the most stacked. They have a big three. They're the powerhouse. I think it's great for Brooklyn
Right.
overall. It's
Definitely
cold,
sell some
but it
tickets.
sucks. Yeah, but that's the problem. It's COVID. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about. I'm
ain't
tripping.
nobody coming to the games.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on a flip side, it's still a great thing. It's still a great thing for Brooklyn that they have these guys there. But I have to go with again I have to go with the Lakers because the Lakers are just a more of a balanced team where they may have only two huge stars, two superstars, and LeBron and AD, but to me they complement each other better. Does that make
I would go
sense?
with LA and keep it 100 because of LeBron. I don't care what
I I
LeBron.
hear I hear you. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of it's weird the relationship I have with LeBron because I used to be a ball player, so I always had a coach's mindset. And when I look at LeBron James, I mean, yeah, he's a great player. But to me, it seems as if it's mainly based on. I look more so at Anthony Davis now than LeBron James. Let me see if I can get Drew Mack back in here. I look at Anthony Davis more so than LeBron James. Anthony Davis to me he's the one who does in the clutch. That's the guy I want shooting the ball, not LeBron.
You think so?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Anthony Davis
AD?
don't even have a Anthony Davis don't even have a go-to move because he got so many damn moves. I mean,
Really?
man, you better pay attention. That man
That's
can shoot inside. He can shoot mid range. He can shoot outside. He can post up. He can hit late game
Gotta
free
go through
throws.
LeBron. Gotta go through LeBron.
Well, LeBron sets everything up. But I'm gonna tell you this: if the clock is winding down, and I gotta choose between LeBron James taking a shot
yeah.
for the
No,
money
he gonna go through
or
line.
AD,
He gonna pass that to real
I'm
quick.
taking AD. Yeah, I'm taking AD. That's me.
You gonna make me throw my phone again? You know I throw it every episode.
Shit. Well, you better go get it. You better have insurance because you're gonna be replacing that bitch quite a bit.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, True
Yeah,
Man.
we hear you. What's
Yeah,
going on? What's your take on it, Drew? Drew phone tripping.
we can't hear you no
Go
more.
through LeBron.
We're gonna have to see Drew Matt. He gonna have to write notes.
No, hold on.
Drew going.
All right, now we
Drew
good. We
gonna be.
good.
You ever see?
You go through
You ever
LeBron,
see on
right?
social media
And
when it,
Brian.
Drew gonna have to write a note and hold it up
nah,
like,
you know it's right. You know right. You know in social media when they be having the big cars and
Them
shit, and they
niggas
just be
dumb.
passing the car.
Drew out there tripping. Drew, that's my baby.
Yeah, they dumb. Yeah, they
Yeah.
dumb. No, check this out. So you go through LeBron, right? And then he gonna pass it. He gonna make the open play. So if he got the open, whatever he need to do, he gonna do it, bro. He gonna make the right basketball move, a good move too. He might make a game winner.
He
That's how I
might.
see it.
Right, he might.
That's how I see
But
it.
I feel like Anthony Davis is a better offensive scorer.
But of course,
Like
when you inbound the ball, when you
right.
inbound the
I
ball,
feel
it
like
got to go to
okay, LeBron
LBJ
might be
though.
the better all around player, but I think Andy Davis can score
When you
from
inbound the
yeah.
ball, it got to go to LBJ.
I don't know what's going on with you, man. You gonna have to
Drew got it.
you gotta get your connection together, Drew Matt.
Yeah,
Uh,
Drew got it.
yeah, you're gonna have to get your connection together. Let me see if we bring you back in.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, yeah,
You keep
yeah. You're
booting
not.
me out.
Nah, it's no. I'm putting you out and bringing you back in to
That's
see if we
you.
can get salute. Keon, everything boxing. Salute to you guys. You and mine.
KT.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you, Drew Mac. Your connection, man. Your connection, man. We're gonna have to catch you on the next go around, my brother. We're gonna have to catch you on the
Jive Turkey.
next but yeah, I think it's exciting for the NBA the trade.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
gonna I don't think that's gonna be the finished product. I feel like someone's gonna get traded for more pieces and more parts. Me personally.
Yeah. I don't think this is temporary for Brooklyn. I don't see them three staying there for too long. Like you said, they're just trading pawns right now,
Right,
you
right.
know.
Yeah, I
Because I
think
don't see them three playing good. They don't mesh good to me. Like they don't I can't see it, bro.
I'm like trade Kyrie and someone else for like a more versatile guy because I think
Yeah.
Harden can handle the ball handling. He can handle the ball handling and the scoring. Kevin Durant is versatile. I think they need another wing player, not another short guy like Kyrie who could score.
Yeah.
Someone.
Eh, you know what else, Kay? I'm gonna tell you what else. Them fellas gonna give you 30, 40, 50 a game, but they're gonna give up 30, 40, 50 too.
Oh yeah, yep, yep,
You know, so
yep.
that defense is they're gonna need a defensive stopper. They're gonna need, I mean, they're gonna
Appreciate
give you exciting.
appreciate that, KT. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. We out here growing in these graves, man. One day you in high school, the next day you're in your fucking 40s. you know, it is what it is. Though. I appreciate that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So look, we gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man.
absolutely.
Rico, I appreciate you as all my co-hosts.
Yeah,
Everyone, please go ahead and subscribe to Loyal to the Game Boxing on YouTube. Also subscribe to the new group Loyal to the Game Boxing and Sports on
absolutely.
on Facebook. Do you have any closing remarks, Rico?
I don't. Just watch the Brooklyn Nets, man. Keep it boxing. Shout out to everything boxing sports. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, man, they cook over there. Him and my brother Money Brown. Go do that. Shout out to my host, Kay. Happy birthday to him. You know
Appreciate
what
you.
I mean? And
Appreciate
and the new platform, man, and it's on the way up, man. And thanks for having me as a co-host, brother.
you. Always, man. You my Dunny. You feel me?
There you go.
All right,
Salute.
salute, brother.